right, right on time. Right on time. We back. Whew. Got some Benoni going. Test, test. Am I live? Am I even live? Oh, I am live, but you guys cannot see. Oh, but you can't see the board. Okay, I'll have to adjust it after, okay? After the game. All right. First round, Samuel Toro Ramirez from Colombia. It's too dark here, actually, huh? Oof, now it's too bright. Let's go rook a3. What does rook a3 do? That's a good question. Makes opponents spend their time. That's what it does. Plays b6. Okay. Okay. Let's adjust this board. I guess h3. We probably can't go wrong with that move. Okay. Now it's time to focus. And here, probably let's go here. This is not hanging because we have d6. I'm expecting him to play 95. I was gonna say can try take here and then take on d6. That's one option. Knight a5, b5, knight c6. Queen is gonna go f8, I guess. We can take on b8. Takes on here, takes on d7. Takes back. Man. I don't know what is up there though. Should b5. Just feels like knight b5. I would have seen this if this was a thing for sure, right? Let's do that. I don't think this is a thing. Or maybe knight takes here. But I can go bishop d3. Rook b5, we can take on d6, hitting this and this. We are getting two minor pieces. We are giving two minor pieces, I mean. Yeah, I did see this. I thought I can go takes. Okay, a8. Can I not go rook a8? Knight b6 he has. Queen g4. Okay, time. made it myself. Whew. That was messy. Lionel Messi. Yo! What's up, team? What up, man? It's been ages. Where you been, man? Good to see you. Hope you've been well. Arham Maxodlo. Oh, I was hoping we were gonna get Fabi. The entire goal of the tournament is to play Fabi. He's gonna want to play e4 himself. All right, Luis, will do. Will do, man. I've been in classes all day today, so I haven't had a chance. Ah, bishop on e6. I forgot. I forgot bishop on e6. Bishop is on e6, man. Okay, okay. He's putting a lot of pressure on me on the clock, so I have to play fast. What is that? What is that? This is hanging. Yeah, we got cooked here. No chance. Okay. What do you need to do? Be doing, David? What do you need to be doing? Is this Tile Tuesday, Tile Thursday? Yes, it is. Not this. Team, everything good with you? Life is good, man. Hope you've been all right. We don't get. Okay, wait. After learning Karokan, I also learned to be scared of aliens. That's funny, my man. That's funny. I'll give you that. Can I go E4 here? Ah, he was bluffing. He was bluffing me. I can't play E4. I thought maybe he stopped. Very much so, my friend. Very much so. I have all the norms of GM, so I need to get my rating over 2500. I haven't been competing recently too much, but we'll get back into it. I need about 80 rating points. What's up, Mon? What's up, Mon? Ramadan Karim, my friend, and to everyone that is doing the Ramadan. Is my K factor 10 or 20? 10. I wish. I wish. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Nice meeting you. I don't think we have met before. So Ragnarov. Nice meeting you, my friend. Evil Black Fork says, I hate Alin Gambit. Trong An Kang Nguyen from Vietnam. F3. Let's go C5 straight up. Oh, this light square bishop is going to be. Oh, you change jobs? I see, I see. Well, good to hear that. I mean, good to hear that you feel good about it. How do we do this here? I think rook. Okay, still there is no E4 still. I believe we go queen d7. Actually, not sure, man. What do we do here? Knight h1, huh? Oh, geez, time. When did I get this low on time? Knight h5, knight a5, exactly. Hit them from the sides. If you can't go through the center, hit them from the sides. Where is that guy coming? That's good. Oof. Oh. No bueno. No bueno. Man, I need to check actually what to do against this. What's the best way to play against this? It's not b6, bishop a6, so... Damn. Another Vietnamese player. Let's play King's Indian. This guy is not hanging, right? Do I see this correctly? Am I seeing this correctly? Okay, he also, I mean she, it's a she. She also is not certain, I think, what to do. Maybe knight. Knight b5. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? Rook. I have two minor pieces for the rook d7. Bishop takes there. Rook d7, bishop g2, rook d8. I think I have queen c6, I believe. Yeah, Catalan is a good opening for a reason. I think this is just a bluff. I don't think we have a threat. Okay, takes, we can rook. Takes on e5 maybe. My queen is getting trapped, damn. Wow, she resigned. But what a defense, bro. Whew, that was like Kevin Garnett kind of defense. Dortelu kind of defense. Whew. Sergio Ramos kind of defense. Carlos Alcaraz. I don't know how we dodged that. Whew. Seattle Seahawks kind of defense. Lucius. Bon appetit, David. How was the art of dirty flag, bro? That was not a dirty flag. Wait, Damien, how are you playing, man? Isn't this a... Ah, that was not the right move. I should have played rookie 1. Whew. Okay, let's calm down. Oh, this is Lucius. I played him. He's a Texas player. I didn't look up to see who I was playing against. Okay. Advantage on the clock is good. I don't think rook b8. I think I take on c6. What's up, PMD? Good to see you, man. How are you? What's the dealio here? think we win a piece. GG's, Lucius. Whew, okay, I need to calm down. Bishop c6, you like that? Wait, Damien, how are you playing, man? Isn't this a title, or there is an untitled Thursday also? Oh, GG's. Mikel, thank you. Tim, how is your chess? You've been playing, or you mainly been busy with changing jobs? I sacked the queen on purpose. No, I objectively think that's the best move. El profesor. I mean, it's a little flex maybe, but it's objectively the best move. Okay, maybe not. A5 is +4. Bishop takes A8 is 3.88, but it's basically pretty close because you simplify. I was pinned here and he's threatening bishop d4. So I think it makes a lot of sense to simplify and make this bishop passive. You know? Oof. Okay. Oof. Okay. A little bit off. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, I need to refresh. Queen d4, man. Queen d4 is like, why you do that? Why you do that? It's like, please don't do that. Now what? We know this much. Should have got knight b4 there, huh? We know this much. Now what? It's gonna come knight d5. I literally don't know what to do in these positions. Like, I guess I go f5. G4. Maybe. Maybe we have life. I may try knight d4. I think he's snapping that, but Meaning like he's sacrificing in exchange there, I think. No? No? Draw? Just kidding. Or am I? How did we fall this much behind on time? And we're not losing, but we're flagging. I'm gone. Looked like we caught up on time at one point, but suck what? Then I lose on the board. If I suck everything, then I lose on the board. Ah. It's the principles, man. It's the principles. How is Fabi doing, actually? He's 5 out of 6. He's 5 out of 6. Can Fabiano Caruana break the record? What are the odds of Fabiano Caruana going hat-trick? El Profesor. I was thinking the same thing, man. Nothing there, but apparently nothing. Apparently nothing. Oh, we got a little bit of a break. We got a little bit of a break. Oh, look at this. Look at this, man. First, I don't know how many players is this. First 18 players is like, first 15 players at least is like 3,000 and above. That's crazy. Who did Fabiano lose to? Reza. He lost to Reza. Oh, Fabi got his league back versus Mr. Terrible. Renato. Oh, Luis, sorry. Sorry, okay. Let me see. How much, you charge me to do a structure stream on kid for white perspective on and one and black for another. Ideally going over objectives. We can come up with a number, honestly, like something that we think is fair for both of us. But I would be happy to. I don't have a particular number in mind. I'm not gonna lie, but let's do something that we think is fair or and reasonable. Yeah, that sounds fair. Yeah, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it, but not today, please. I'm like I'm fried today. You wouldn't be getting a lot of value today. It's been a long day. And yeah, I have to get an idea, so we're using our time efficiently. Let's play English. I don't want to engage into d4 right now. I had b5. Huh? Huh? d5? Oh, I had so many things, honestly. b5 was winning a pawn there. I mean, this is looking pretty good too. Straight. Oof, this is a dream. This is a dream. Now we trade the bishop for the knight, and then we leave black with that bishop. Oof. Isn't that beautiful? The bishop can chill now for some time. Straight rooks. The bishop can take rest for some time, preferably till the rest of the game. I thought that's not really a thing because I can do this, no? What? What is going on? What am I missing here? What am I missing, bruh? Ah, that's what's going on. Let's do a little bit of a massaging. Massaging. Let's go for the b6 pawn, but just let's appreciate the difference between our bishop, light square bishop, and that bishop, shall we? For a second. Hey, we are getting a raid. Let me finish the job here. Thank you very much, Lifong. Appreciate the raid, man. And make sure that I get the job done. Greetings, all the raiders. Thank you very much. Thank you for entrusting me. And thank you for bringing all your people over. Hope you had a good stream. We're playing 3-0 Thursday. And thank you for the gifted sub, Jason Peer. And another sub. Thank you very much. Raiders coming with the energy. Big energy. Zura over here. For some of you that may not have seen me before. Okay. He played it so fast. Alright. Come on, bro. Come on, brother. You're a dark square bishop that literally does not participate in the game. don't think it's stalemateable. I don't think it's stalemateable. This was a kind of positional, very satisfying positional game. Again, thanks, Lifong, and welcome all the raiders. It is very nice to host all of you here. We are playing a 3-0 Thursday tournament, pushing for 2,900, and we are 4 out of 7 games so far. Ife, good to see you, my man. Okay. And try to head over other part of the board here. Let's see how that works out. Bro says I don't care. Bro says I do not really care about none of that. Oh, I can't use this rook, huh? Jeez. Damn. Worst player to lose to. Like literally the worst. Damn. Damn. That was rough. I feel like we had something there, no? We gave up too much of our... Like here. I feel like we should have something, no? Queen g5 was correct. b7, knight h4. Here, knight f3 check. King g2, knight d4. Ah, that's the move. Because if he takes, I can go c3 check. I mean f3 check. FCC. FCC. What's going on, my friend? Do you play... Do you play correspondence chess? Alright, let's switch it up a little. Let's switch it up with e4. Chris Smith, what's going on? Sometimes playing chess, first I play so bad these days. Play a Blitzturn in the club. It may not be about that, bro. Maybe it's about the blitz. Usually when that happens, I would recommend just take a break from playing and study more. Analyze games, study end games. You know? Like there's so many parts of the game that you can work on other than just like try to force playing. You know? Not even calculation, honestly, just like I would focus on the part of the game that I know I need work on. Yo, Chess Pawn. What up, man? Long time. playing 3 Thursday. 3 Thursday. Ai, давай, გამოუშვი, სანდრო. ეგრევე დავიხურა. ჩამავიცმევ თავზე და. Ah, he wants to play here, huh? Who's better here? Who's better, bro? Damn. Found a good move. Bro found a good move. Ah, I'm too tired. Too tired. I was thinking we were gonna take a draw. Yeah, it looks like a new tournament. Sorry, Raiders. I'm not playing well today. Bruh. Ife, don't say that, man. What are you talking about? Georgi Pliadze. Kaumardis, Gio. Raura somebody. That was a draw, but bro didn't want a draw. He insisted on flagging me. like, nope. Let me flag this boomer. I don't blame him, honestly. I do not blame him. Okay, he wants to play rook there. We just move the queen away. Let's hit this 2. Yeah, 3-0 Thursday is new. It's basically, yeah, it's called 3-0 Thursday. There's no basically. Maybe I should have taken with the knight, probably. This is round 11. They added basically a Tile Tuesday kind of situation, but for Thursday. It's Title Thursday. It is a Tile Thursday. Okay, he wants to move the queen away, huh? Sure thing, my friend. Sure thing. One of my favorite things about this has to be the fact that black's dark square bishop gets very sad. Do we want to switch it up a little? Take on b8 and then change the character of the position? Or there is no need? I mean, we have a comfortable advantage as it is, probably, so I don't see the need. I don't see the need for speed. Knight b6 there. Probably. Okay. Something's gotta drop now. Something's gotta go. Uh-oh. No way, I can't stop that pawn. I don't think I can. probably flagging if you didn't. if you, if you didn't blunder, I mean, if you didn't hang the mate, we were probably flagging there. Galliani Sirin, Grand Chess Tour. Can you help me with my Rui Lopez theory? Knight G3, interesting. Interesting place to put the knight. Sure, I guess, if that's how you feel, my friend. How do we want to do this? Let's go C5. Let's Sicilian it up. Bro 05. Okay. All right, we have to stop knight f5. You bet I'm going king e7. You bet. Let's go. Let's go. ნიჩეო გიო ნიჩეო ცოტა დავიღალო დღეს, მაგრამ გაიხარე. გაიხარე კითხვისთვის, მადლობა. Okay, we are not castling. Let's be abundantly clear about that. She wanna suck. Let me be very clear with that we aren't castling. I think I'm just gonna go king e7 might be actually a little tricky. Huh? Probably go knight g4 then. Yeah, knight g4 looks good actually, here and here. You can take my pawn, but I'll checkmate first. That probably works too, but I just don't want to calculate right now. Let's just keep it. He's gonna go. It's a she actually. She's gonna go back, huh? All right, let's gain complete dominance of the dark squares. Alright, how are we gonna do this? How are we gonna do this now? And there's gotta be a lot of ways to... Let's play an obscure move like that. Check. I don't think that was necessary, but... Hold on, babe. Give me a sec. Whew. Whew. Not bad, huh? One sec. Give me a sec. What up? Okay, go to your aunt's and then... Your aunt is not that far, right? Okay. Alright, let me know. Let me know, and if you do want to go, then we can go. Huh? I know, that's why. Whew. Options, options, options. There's some of our friends out playing like pickleball, and bro, honestly, I do wanna play kinda, because I've been sitting in front of the computer all day, and yesterday I was also working on my book until like 4 a.m. I got into the zone, and I was working at it, and I didn't wanna stop. I know 4 a.m. is a little wild, but one of those days you feel like burning the late night oil. So playing some tennis right now would be fun. You guys want signed copies? Okay. All right, all right, all right. You want to schedule a class? Class for tomorrow so we can go over your opening prep? Oh, damn. Who won the tournament, actually? Did Fabiano win? Ah, he didn't win. He didn't win, bro. 7.5 out of 11. Reza won it. Who did Fabiano lose to? Fabiano, he lost to Reza. And then he lost to Sarana. And then he lost to Arhamo, Maxodlo. Damien, wait, let me see what's going on tomorrow, man. Tomorrow, okay, tomorrow evening I definitely cannot do. Maybe early. Maybe I can do early. Let me check my phone. Let me see what's going on tomorrow. Not bad, huh? In terms of the tournament. Okay, we ended up what, like, how many points did we end up doing? Getting 6. Damn, both in the first earlier. I got, how many points did I get earlier? You guys wanna play in arena? Yeah, I texted them right now. I'm waiting an answer. I'm waiting for an answer. If I like, honestly, if they're out playing, I'll probably go. I need to leave the computer like soon. My eyes are telling me that I need to leave the computer. My eyes are right now. This is my computer glasses, okay? Don't be making fun of me. I can do Damien. Only we be thinking. These are my computer glasses. Giugianista. Are you being a Georgianist? Georgianist is a thing? Um, I do want to play actually. I'm probably gonna go play, but I have some time because she has to go to her aunt for a little bit to take care of some errands, and then so I do have probably about 30 minutes. All right, all right. Hamrock, yeah, man, of course. Actually, which part of you told me South France, Sandro, but which part of France do you live in? Like what city? And why would people wear fake glasses, bro? Just to look cool? Give me a sec. Damn, I need water. Let me quickly grab water. Right next to Paris, in south, it's for renting to tourists. Yeah, yeah. Hamrock, I got you. So, Damien, maybe I can do Like, oh, we are on the same time, right? You're also Tulsa, Oklahoma. We can probably do 3 p.m. But still text me, DM me so we can talk about like arrangement and the rate and so on. I don't know about the free lesson, bro. Are you talking about the? No, what that is a little different. Like 4 a.m. there. You're the old gang. I had a question: how to use the engine to improve? You mean how to analyze games? I'm assuming that's what you're asking, right? How to analyze games? So you know what game review does, right? Nah, nah, bro. Like playing against the engine is not really that useful. Or at least, yeah, to me it feels like playing tennis against the wall. You know? And yeah, it's rough, bro. It's like you can't beat the wall, bro. It's like um, but definitely, I think what you wanna do is analyze your games with the engines. That definitely is useful. Pragma, what's up, man? Good to see you. Hey, what? Bro, I didn't understand what you said, Pragma. Like mainly, I think what you wanna do is like you don't use engine usually to analyze your games. Basically, what game review does, but you do it manually. You know. I've been wanting to make a video actually how to analyze your games, but for the most part, analyzing your games and analyzing positions, that's kind of what you analyzing like different openings. So along like to give you the short version of it, you want to use it for the analysis. It can be the opening, it can be your games, it can be like all types of positions. That's mainly how you want to use the engine. No, Damien, no, not at all, man. Not at all. That's totally understandable, man. No one's no, I mean, I thought you just wanted one class to get ready for the tournament, you know? So that's what I was thinking in the first place. You know, just to take a look at your opening repertoire and so here is, yeah, these are my blue light glasses. It's when I sit in front of the computer too long. I've been sitting on the computer all day today, like literally all day, and also since I also got up at 4 a.m. Like meaning like I was writing a book until like 4 a.m. yesterday. I was working on my book, and then woke up this morning at like 10 a.m. and got back. So I just my eyes are a little overworked. But Hamrock, I got you. Yeah, I got you, man. No, that's mainly like what that free 30 minute is to take a look at um one of your game and get to know each other and I tell you what I think you should focus on. It's not really a lesson. It's more of a, you know, lesson is a little different when you work review type of thing, yeah, and kind of assessment. It's more often like assessment. Lesson is when you pick a topic and you try to drill that topic down. Sandro, I'll show you here. I'll show you, bro. So how I use the engine, let's say. Okay, and you get an idea. Let's say, for example, let's take a look at one of my games from this tournament. So you get an idea. You get an idea how you use the engine. Okay. Um, let me switch the. Let me switch the tabs from the Proctor. Okay. I'll have to. It's gonna be minimized, but actually, here's what I can do probably. So let's say we go to one of my games, right? And let's take a look at, for example, my game against Parham Maxolo. Okay, I got murdered here, but let's take a look. I mean, we should probably actually take a look at the game that is double-edged. This was a very one-sided affair. Okay, that's not really that's not okay. Doesn't matter. Let's do that. So here we go. I'll give you the quick overview here. Let's pull up the all right, you should also be able to see on the right side, right? Here. And that's the all right. Let's get into it. So I would use, now this is a little bit of a tricky part. Sometimes using it too much can be counterproductive, but I see also a lot of people don't know how to use it at all. And in that case also, it can be a great tool. Who won? Arham won. Maxodal, I lost. But my brother had a friend who would buy a 6-pack of beer and turn up to people's houses and drink a quick 6. Yeah, that was a quick 6 hours of sleep. Yeah. Okay, so let's start from the beginning. Let's say so. I look at my opening, right? C6, bishop G2, bishop F5, right? Okay, short castle, knight D7, for example. Now, I know a setup, but I'm looking at the improvement, right? First moment where computer is gonna tell me that you went wrong. For example, here it's telling me that E4 is probably a good move here, and the reason for it is, well, I assume you understand the evaluation system, right? That's actually okay, but let me just go really basic here for people that do not understand it. It's more understandable for them. So 0 zeros is basically even, plus towards the plus it's white advantage, towards minus it's black advantage, right? So now I played queen e1, and it immediately tells me that, okay, you dropped a little bit of an advantage here, right? And now it tells me that e4 is the move, right? e4 is the way to go. Well, why is that? Then I'm gonna try to investigate this, right? So d takes e4, let's say d takes e4. Now, what I see a lot of times that where people don't get the benefit of it is if they just trust the engine blindly. Okay. What I mean by that is, like, for example, did you see, you have to do a little bit of back and forth with yourself. Did you see e4 in the game? Like, did I see e4 in the game? Yes, I did see e4 in the game. Why did I reject it? I rejected it because of knight e4, because I thought that just drops the pawn. And this back and forth with yourself is very important. Okay? Like, if you see the computer saying here bishop e6 and you just go that bishop e6 and then you just move on to the next, okay, you're not really doing the reasoning, you know. So I did not calculate too much farther after knight takes e4. Now what does computer say? Computer says that, okay, you can still play rook d1, knight takes d2, and it keeps going, right? Knight e5. I simply did not look this far, right? Okay, let me actually do this. I don't think this matters as much. Let me just make this bigger. Here we go. Okay, so knight e5, and then it looks like another thing is also stopping it too soon, stopping it like within 2-3 moves. You want to go until you feel comfortable that, okay, this makes sense. This looks better for white. Okay. A lot of times people will just look into 2, 3 moves and then they will stop there. Okay. Now, what makes sense to me may not be the same for you. And what makes sense for 2700 is probably not going to be the same for me. You know, there are levels to it, right? So you want to analyze until you feel comfortable. Okay, now once you see 95 and computer tells you here the 95, okay, it makes sense because white is threatening the discovered attack here, and if you take there, I'll take, and then I take on d2, right? Let's say when you go back, okay, computer apparently is saying that there is a queen h5, and okay, that's needless to say, when thinking about e4, I did not look nowhere near that far, right? But you will continue this investigation until you feel comfortable. Like now what computer says apparently is, okay, you take here, which in my opinion is a crazy move. You just sacrifice a rook and then you continue the initiative with like moves like queen e5. Like, okay, that's not a very realistic thing, right? Now, if it's not realistic, that doesn't mean that you should stop there. Okay, really, players that you will see improving the fastest are ones that do this investigation as far as possible. Like, there are players that will say that, oh man, that's never happening in the game, and just stop right there. But don't settle with that, you know, don't settle. Why is that so? Okay, because now rook is hanging. Now, is that realistic to find that? Well, what would make it realistic for you? You know, why do you think it's unrealistic? Okay, it's unrealistic for me too. Like, I'm probably not seeing this, but if I'm analyzing this game seriously, I'm definitely going down the line. You know? And seeing it until it makes sense to me. A lot of times, like from the start, this type of stuff is gonna look very difficult. But if you don't challenge yourself on a regular basis, then it will always remain unrealistic. So exactly, there you go. You have a question, right? You have an idea. It's either about the rook or about the king, right? So you have to do that investigation right now to figure out which one is it about. Like, my guess would be that it's about the initiative, but you have to continue until the point where you're like, that makes sense. Like, so I would continue here, for example, bishop takes d2. White at the moment has sacrificed an exchange, right, in this position. Now, if I'm playing with black, put yourself in the black shoes. That's why when you look at the position, you should always be looking for the best moves. Not in particular that, like white's winning, black's winning. I'm only looking at the white side. I'm only looking at the black side because I'm playing with white or black. You are trying to find best moves for both sides. So here, put yourself in the black's shoes. Now, what would you do here? Right? You cannot take queen d2 because there is queen e6. Check, and then you win the rook back. King stays in the center, and we get the rook back. So material is good, and we keep attacking. Life is good, right? So okay, that would be enough. Then I would take back. Well, I would probably go back and see. All right, what if he defends here with the queen d6, right? If I was with black, I would probably play queen d6. All right, then what? Then computer apparently says just move the queen back to e4. Well, okay, now that makes sense because if he takes there, then we take on e6. Now you would be thinking, well, what if he goes long castle? Well, if it goes long castle, apparently that's a bad move because I can go bishop f4 and attack the queen. What does that do? What does that do is now king is just as weak on the queen side here as it was in the center. So let's say if he goes here, now I can go bishop h3 to attack the e6 pawn. he goes rook e8, and then apparently you can go queen e5 because then there's going to be a checkmating attack, right, on b8. And now dark squares look really weak. So you go until you feel that, all right, this makes sense. But don't settle with, oh, this is too much. This is too much. Because if your approach is that it's too much, then it's always going to be too much. You know? And we never get past a certain point. So obviously, things that was too much when I was 2100 or like 2000 or like 2200 now it may not be too much. You know, now it actually, when you do this investigation on a regular basis with yourself, it starts to make sense. You know, okay, all right, that makes sense now, right? When you break it down, when you in step by step, now actually that sacrifice makes sense, right? Then you would be going back here and seeing, all right, what else can he do there? Right? What else can be different? That can be played differently here. Okay, if he goes bishop e7, I'm going to take on f5. All right, that looks good, right? We get the bishop back, and d2 is still hanging. We get a bishop pair, and life is good, right? Okay, we feel good about this. Then we go back, right? We probably did not hear on bishop e6. I would be spending a little more time on this, right? Then I would be thinking that, okay, is it realistic that rook e6 here, seeing the rook e6? Well, in a classical game, I would say for me it probably is. In a blitz game, from the practical standpoint, this is not realistic, right? Because I'm not gonna look, when I'm playing e4, I'm not gonna look like, how many moves later was that? I'm not looking like 8 moves later, right? What is realistic here? What is realistic to me is probably the fact that after this bishop e6, I'm just gonna take back on d2, right? Get the knight back. Now that actually is realistic. Now that is realistic, but compare only, you see the other one was given like 0.43. This one is only like 0.16, right? So only a tiny bit advantage. Then he had plays bishop e7, and then we continue the game. Now, exactly. If you didn't see all of that, then bishop e7, yes, you wouldn't. It would be really hard to understand. But what this is really about is not settling. That always being curious of why. Why is that so? Like, I'll give you, for example, like one of the things that I immediately knew that Andy Woodward is gonna make it and he was gonna be unstoppable is when he was 2000 and we started working together first time, he would not settle. He would not settle. What I mean by that is he would be giving me variations after variations. Like, there would be the position that I know it's like +2, +3, but he would always be like, why? Why is that? Let's play this. Like, what if I do this? Well, what if I do that? What if I play like, and he would keep going until I would have to go and convince him up to the point where I'm already like rook up. And even if then if he had a check or few tricks, like possible tricks, he would constantly be like, but what if I play this? Well, why is that so good for you? What if I do this? So never settling, constantly questioning, Like, why is that so good? Or why is it better for white? You know, or why is it winning for you? So you do that, but with the computer. Nico Bellic, what's going on? Abot Carleone. And Andrew, good morning. Did I play Fabio? I did not play Fabio. So when you see that kind of curiosity out of someone, you understand that it's only a matter of time until his strengths and um, his strength will catch up. Okay? Because he is always curious. Nico Bellic, yeah, I would agree, definitely. Um, Rook for bishop, and the threat of activating is definitely, yeah, activity is yeah, keep thinking and don't, when computer gives you the line, don't take it for the don't for the, like, that's how it is. Keep questioning yourself, why is that so? Some of them you will understand, some of them you won't understand, and it will be abstract, you know, but you don't want to leave it at abstract. You want to investigate that abstract. Okay? Like, why is that so? Okay? Now let's continue in the game and see more examples. For example, okay, he played h6, then I played e4. Looks like I take, bishop e6. Before I move on also from the opening, because since we are already on the openings, a really big tool that everyone should be using, and when I work particularly on the openings with my students, I always say the opening database, man. Opening database, this is something that I did not have access when I was a kid. And I remember, like, back then I got computer when I was already like 2000 player, okay, like 2000, 2100. I didn't have the computer before that until I was like 2000, 2100 probably. And when I got it, also, it would just be to do puzzles, okay. But few years later, I got mega database. And what mega database was at that time, that was mega database 2006 or something, 2007, I think. It was less than a million game, I think, in the database. And what that did for me was, let me make this bigger so you understand what it is about. Okay, here, let me make this bigger. Okay, right here. I want actually to show it. Like, let's do it like this. Okay? So right here. Okay? It shows how many times this particular position have been played. This exact position has happened. It shows the number here somewhere. But basically, like the sum of all these games, right? some of all this. Usually ChessBase shows this. Okay, chess.com, I don't see it. For the most part, I do this work in ChessBase. So it shows there how many times this position have appeared exactly. And now it shows you that 36 times white had played queen e1. So that's the #1 book move. This is the opening book. Okay, I call it an opening. This is called an opening book. Rook e1 has been played 14 times. Then e4 has been played 11 times. Okay, knight h4 has been played 11 times. Now, what would you do is when you click this move, queen e1, it also shows you how it scores, percentage that it scores. Does it allow you to see specifically the games? Let's see. When you click Explorer here, then it gonna show you who played queen e1 specifically. You see, this game is already in the database. Me versus Arham Maxoglu, right? Sorry, actually, someone was asking me earlier who won the tournament overall. Infinite Knight. I think it was Sarana that won the tournament. Reza Mahtawi. And then you see, you would basically, what I would do at first is I would sort this according to the rating. And I see, for example, here, Grandmaster Rafael Waganian, the highest rating I can see is that one, right? Waganian. Again, ChessBase, you can just sort it like that. You can click it and you can sort it according to the rating. I think you should be able, there you go. You can do it here too. You click that and then click white rating. Let's say you are playing with white, right? The highest rated game that's been played in this from this particular position is Samuel Tersahakian. So I would click this game and review this game. Queen e1 was to prepare e4. That was the idea. As simple as that. When you play, if you just play rook e1 to play e4, there are some lines where you can just move the knight away, or I guess rook e1 would make sense, but queen e1 basically to prepare e4 simply. Okay? And I would go and see from that position games of a lot of players. Okay? When I was 2000 and 2100, I would do, or 2100, I would do this anyone that's higher rated than me. I would literally go one by one, study those games. Some of those games are going to be nonsense. You know, for example, okay, I review this game here and I see that, well, do I like what I did here? Let's see. Let's check this game, for example. Do I like how it went? Well, it's probably somewhat unclear. Okay, well, probably not. I think I probably like black more, right? So if I get to the point where I'm like, well, okay, that's a good player, but he didn't get a good position, right? Then I'll go back. Okay, now what about next highest rated player? Piotr Piesik versus Alexei Sarana. And I'll do the same thing. Okay, do I like what he did here? You know, and I would review those games. This does two things. Okay, one, you get familiar with typical ideas in the position. Number two, if you already have an idea what are the typical plans, okay, then you can optimize already existing knowledge and you add on it, right? And right now, you're probably not gonna know many of these players, but that's how I started. And when you do this on a regular basis, there are not that many strong players. Like, really, if you think, there are a total of probably about 2,000 grandmasters in the world. Bro, 2,000 grandmasters you can probably count on your hand. You know, you can literally count on your hand. Like, it's gonna take you probably a few minutes. You know, but that's why I also know them all, because I've seen, like, in somewhere in some position. Never watched a single game of Magnus. Yeah, no, I mean, maybe you uh, don't watch them, but you're gonna see them in some of the analysis. You know, like, I do like to watch these games, but for the most part, I know them related to the positions that I have analyzed throughout years. Okay, so basically, the reason I'm mentioning this is, do not sleep on the database. Database is the single most powerful tool to learn openings. Like, no courses or uh, books compare to the analysis done by yourself, because it's your work. Well, first of all, it's an honest work. And number two, you are tailoring it to your knowledge. No course or a book will be able to tailor it to you specifically. You know? Okay, obviously, like, if there is a trap or an immediate win, right? And you learn that trap from that course, okay, of course you can use that in your, but I'm talking about the long term. You're not gonna have courses on all the, like, it gets to the point where um, it's still a limited knowledge, you know? But if you have done the analysis on your own, and you know details there, and it's tailored to your game specifically, no matter who's sitting on the other side of the board, you just know the objective truth in the position. Exactly. So you do the analysis. That's what, literally, that's what the course people do, right? That's how you write the course. That's why I mean, usually most of these players, like, Grayson, for example, Grayson Rohrer, my second strongest student probably that I've had. Right? He recently made IM, and we worked together for maybe like 3-4 years, and to this day, to this day, he has not had a single course. He has not bought a single course. Like, not a single one. All of his analysis is his own. You know, he has 2 grandmaster norms. He's 19 years old right now, 20 years old. And uh, he does all his analysis by himself. Okay, with the computer. So nothing compares to your own analysis, basically. So okay, that's an. I am writing a book, but mine is mainly like 0 to 2000 range probably. But in general, how improvement works, you know, how you should approach chess improvement. It's not, and I'll be including on a lot of topics. I'm including my own examples. 4 chapters in already. I'm working on my fifth one. Give me a second. Yes. Yeah. You wanna go? Okay. All right. 6 minutes? Okay. All right, cool. I gotta go, boys. I gotta go, man. I gotta play something, or like, my body is telling me, you need to leave the computer. You know, I literally have been on the computer for the, like, more than 10 hours in the last 15 hours or so, you know. So I need to leave, but just to give you kind of like sum up, I don't want to leave the thought here, what I was about, you know. um the major thing, two major things: doing analysis on your own, like doing your own analysis, you know. Start very little. Start like it. A lot of times I see this, like, people um, are stuck thinking that, oh man, that's so much work. Do a little bit of work and then you add on from there, you know. And then next time you play the game. Another thing is also, like, people don't play stuff because they are afraid of not knowing it. Okay? Like, play it, you lose the game, you come back, you analyze it again, you see in those particular positions what decisions have strong players made. Like, I played queen e1 in this position, right? Let's say h6, then I played e4, looks like here, then I played queen e2. Okay, so far, okay, me and Felix apparently looks like have played this, right? And then I'm gonna see how the other players have played here. Okay, but this constant investigation is what this really is about, you know. Like, just to give you an idea again, if we go to the analysis right here, and you go back to the analysis, and you see where was the mistake made. Okay, knight c4 looks like is the first move the computer dislikes, right? Knight c4. All right, now you do the investigation. Why was knight c4 not liked by the computer? Well, it's probably because it's gonna get attacked 2 moves later. There we go. And now, what happened here? What happened was I can't go to e3 because then knight takes e4. So in my head, you know what you know, right? And you also know what you don't know. In my head, when I put the knight on c4, if it gets attacked, where do I want to move it usually? I want to move it on e3 usually. But in this particular situation, that was not possible because I dropped the e4 pawn, right? So now that becomes clear. Okay, looks like that's why knight c4 was a mistake. All right, Damien, I'll talk to you via Discord, man. Okay, so then computer says, okay, instead of putting the knight on c4, you should probably play b3 first. Then you play queen c7, bishop b2. So this is probably what I should have done. And short castle here. And now I'll do that investigation to the point where I feel comfortable. You know, okay, what would be that move? Okay, it says now knight c4. Why is that different? Because I'm hitting the pawn on e5. That's why this is different. And then you do this on all parts of your game. You know? The first mistake usually is identifying the first mistake is more valuable than later mistakes. Okay? But mainly just what it's about is not settling and not taking, like, if you see something looks crazy, don't just move on and say that, man, this is too much. You know? There's no such thing as too much. Okay, sometimes you'll see this in the when you look at the high level games, you're like, these guys are too crazy. You know, that's unrealistic. But understand, why is it unrealistic? What is unrealistic about it? Okay, and I promise you, you do that 5 times, 10 times. After 10 times, it's not going to be as unrealistic. Is it worth analyzing a blitz game? Only rapid and classical. I think it's still worth analyzing a blitz game. You're gonna learn less than in a blitz from a rapid game or a classical game, but it's still definitely worth analyzing because there was a thing that you did not know. So you still are learning something new. But benefit of it is not going to be as high as analyzing the classical game, that's for sure. But from what I understand, only games where I actually consider different variations are worth reviewing. I think you can learn from any game, but it's about, if you feel like you made like dumb mistakes, you know, like something very obvious, then that's like, oh, I dropped the knight or I dropped the queen, you know, or like something very obvious. Okay, obviously, then there's not much takeaway, because takeaway is, okay, don't blunder the queen or don't blunder the knight. So, duh, right? But even honestly, the games that you won, I think every game is worth analyzing, that you had the moment in the game which you did not know something. Like, let's say, even if it's an opening that you have analyzed, if for a second you thought that I'm not sure how this works, it is worth analyzing. Okay? Yeah, the benefit of playing a blitz game will also not be, you're not gonna put as much effort, and you're not gonna have obviously the depth that you would have in a rapid game or in a classical game. But still, like, for example, I've played this gazillion times, this particular opening, but you see the blitz game, I still got confused with the move order. I play usually this when bishop is on g4, and I play this probably thousands of times. I'm not even kidding, like many hundred times for sure, like this exact position, and I still got confused with the move order here. Move order is when they play e5, for the most part they put the bishop on g4. That's why this was, and you see, like, now I know that I can play e4 here, but you'd expect that someone who has played this hundreds of times, I would have known e4, right? But I didn't. So there was still something that I didn't know. So now I know. So there's still definitely a benefit. Yeah, exactly. So that investigation is basically the basis of it all. That investigation is what I was talking about with Andy. That was like on every, like, a lot of times, honestly, it would drive me crazy. Like a lot of times as a coach, it would drive me crazy because on everything I would say, his response would be why? Like why? And it would like drive me bonkers. It's like, what do you mean why? You're down a piece. But why? And he would keep making moves. But why? What if I go here? What if I threaten the check? And then I would be like, bro, it's just one check. What are you gonna do with one check? You know? Just let's get we're getting sidetracked. Let's get back to the main line, you know? But he would be like, why? Like everything is like, especially from kids, when you get that, sometimes it could get on your nerves, you know? It's like, bro, what do you mean why? Because I say so, you know? But you never want to tell your student, oh, because I say so, right? You want to explain them why. So, so a lot of times it would drive me crazy. But okay, I gotta go. I gotta go, or I'm gonna get in trouble. All right, later. Yes, call me.